Okay guys, here I am getting ready to go back at it again. The tub is still drying. It should be dry here pretty much today. So I figure I want to get some of this done before the farmers start harvesting beans, because that always creates a lot of dust in our area. So I'm going to try doing the doors, the hood, and I've got the grill ready too in case I still have some in the spray bottle. I've got everything ready to go, so I'm just going to clip this in here with some of the other Raptor videos I had. Okay, quick video. Got to get out of here quick because it's still drying. I just finished, just took off the respirator, so I do have to get out of here quickly. But I got both doors. Got the tape peeled off. With Raptor, you want to peel the tape within the first like 20-30 minutes to get a clean line. That one, I don't know, I must have had my tape a little bit too far. If you can see, there's a little bit showing there, but most of them I got pretty clean lines. I left the hood vent regular, so it'll kind of stand out a little bit. And I did not have enough in the spray gun to do the grill, but that was just one bottle, so I figure one bottle can handle the fenders and the grill, and I'll have them done. And then the rest can all go to the tub. So I'm going to get out of here, let this air out for a little while. Hopefully the wind doesn't blow my my stuff around too much, because it is starting to catch here, but I also want this to air out. So I guess that's catch-22, huh? I'm going to try and make sure it doesn't stick into the hood there quick before I leave. And here it is in full sunlight. So these are still drying. They are dry to the touch, but it hasn't quite hardened yet, so I got to be careful about touching it. I was able to pick it up without touching it too hard though. Mostly just carrying it from underneath. Carried it out here. I'm trying to clear up space so I can flip down the tub and get that prepared. Hopefully I'll have everything sprayed here soon. Keeping in mind it is still drying, so this isn't the exact look it'll be when it's done, but it's pretty close. That is going to be my hood. Now I do, when I come back, when I do the grill and the fenders and such, I need to do some touch-up, because right along this back edge here, there are some spots where it didn't turn out quite right. Kind of peeled funky, and that's because it was sitting on the plastic down here. But now that it's flipped up like this, when I come back with the fenders and stuff, I can fix that up and probably do this little strip here, and that should be good. What I have to remember is to, oh, looks like I missed that spot there too. What I have to remember is not to forget to do the windshield and the hood cowl, because I just realized up to this point I haven't even mentioned them. So I need to make sure I get those ready to go too. So I will let these dry, flip down the tub in there, and get the other stuff ready to go as well. Okay, time to flip down the tub. Up is easier than down. I got my thumb in a bad position there. But she's down. She's ready to be cleaned out and then sprayed, and then we move forward again. So this is the basement right now. We are hoping to get this done real soon. Today I'm going to start with the inside of the tub, and then work my way inside of the tub and the roll bars, and then work my way to the outside of the tub. And I guess if there's just a little bit left over in the can, maybe I'll do the windshield. because there's not a whole lot to the windshield. Just basically that strip there, both sides, and then a tiny little strip. You kind of see all of it that's not taped right there on the top. So there's not much to the windshield, and then maybe even the hood cowl. And the whole front is still plasticed off. I was going to leave these hinges black like the rest of the hinges, but I got a little bit of overspray on that one when the tub was up on its side the other day. I didn't think it would spray that far, but it did. So the windshield hinges will be Raptor lined, except for the actual hinge part, because I want the thing to still work. We also covered the screw heads, the bolt heads. That is a lot of earplugs and a lot of tape, people. But now it's hot outside. It's the afternoon, so the sun is beating right in this garage door. As soon as I open it up, it's going to get really hot in here, and I'm going to be in my monkey suit, so I am going to be super sweaty soon. Also, there was something with the door here. I don't know if it'll show up on camera, but I got a spot right there where it's kind of extra thick and in the sun looks horrible. So I'm just going to try and do a couple quick squirts across that and see if I can even it out some. Hope I can rescue that. The other door looks pretty good. The hood has some stripes, which I'll probably work on fixing. I just didn't get it thick enough. I think I was trying to make the Raptor liner go too far, and it was dark and I couldn't see very well, so let's do this. Okay, so a lot has happened in the past couple days. I've done some more Raptor spraying, and I'll start there. I got half of one of the fenders done before I ran out, so I still have to do the inside. I wasn't actually planning on doing the inside. I was going to leave it black, kind of like the rest of the engine bay. But then I took a big chunk out of my thumb, and Jen played medic for me, and I remembered when I first got these, I cut myself on them first thing too, because they got really sharp edges. So I figured I don't want sharp edges in my engine bay ready to cut me every single time I work on it, especially on the side of a trail. So I am going to Raptor that just to cover up any sharp edges. But I ran out, so half of this, that whole fender, the windshield, and the hood cowl are all that's left to Raptor. Over here, we have the grill. Is all ready to go. It just needs to cure for a couple days. The body, and here's where I'm excited. Up there you can see still under the dash some of the original color, but that's going to be covered up. I may or may not just throw some black spray paint down to cover that. But it's going to be buried under the dash anyway. You'll never see it. But I'm super excited about the way this satin black tailgate and the diamond plate works against the Raptor. So much so that I think I am not putting my bumper mounted spare tire carrier back on. Jen and I talked it over, and I think we're going to build a custom spare tire carrier that goes in right here above the toolboxes. That will mean I have to redesign, replan out what I'm going to do with the toolboxes so they can still open and still access stuff. But that's it. The sides of this are done. I still have to put one door hinge on that came off for the job and put it back together. That's going to set for the weekend and chill out. Then I got to flip it up, and I need to mount. There's a insulation, a heat shield that I'm going to put in that transmission well, because a lot of heat builds up there, and it actually has burned our feet before, and now without a carpet in there that's going to be a little bit worse. So we're going to throw in that. I'm going to rivet it in because it can't actually stick. Jen's laughing because of the chickens out there. If you can hear, we've got eggs on. We got our first eggs yesterday. That's exciting. We've been actually wondering why they weren't laying, and then Jen looked up, oh yeah, we didn't get them till May, and so it's now time for them to start laying. And then that very same day, yesterday, the eggs showed up. But yeah, I can't stick to the Raptor, so I'm going to rivet that in tomorrow. And then I'm going to mount up the brackets and all for the parking brake. Let's go outside. I'll show you what else I've been working on. It is really sunny out here, but I got this door put together. Underneath, I'm not going to flip it up right now, but underneath I did put the panel back on. That meant putting together the hinge and the windshield or the window crank. These are crank windows still. I know that's not the thing anymore, but I did get a new hinge because the old one was very rusty. And so, or not hinge, latch. For both sides, got new latches. Got the mirror bolted back on. Over here, I did forget to mention, I forgot to touch up the hood, so you might be able to see the stripes here in the sun, probably. A few passes over this direction should take care of that. And Raptor is pretty forgiving, I've found, so we'll get that fixed up. And then, let's go take a look at what I've done on the Jeep itself. So today I was able to get the gas tank back in. I seem to have lost a nut for one of the 7 bolts, so I've got that bolt and the washer pulled out. I'm going to run that into the store at some point this weekend and get a new nut. It seems ridiculous to run to town for a 15-cent nut, but I guess at some point while we're in town I'll have to deal with that. The gas tank is up. I got the hoses hooked back up. I got the electrical wiring hooked back up. I think now that I mention it, there is actually one I've still got to hook back up. I've got to find what that goes to. So I'll have to do that still. I can't forget that. Over here you can see I got the body mount bushings in. These are a 2-piece bushing. The old ones are really rotten. They do that on the TJs. I actually wiped away the fluid film because that stuff's supposedly really bad for rubber, and I don't want to damage these new ones when they're still good and the old ones were all rotted out. But when the Jeep comes over here, I'll have these ready so that I can just set it down on. And then the way these body mount bushings are, they're basically 2 different sizes. There are these ones, which you can see are a little shorter. There are 5 of those, and then there are 6 of the bigger ones. The 6 bigger ones go 3 on each side. The 5 little ones go 2 in the back on each side, and 1 dead center in the front for the grill. So I'll show you some of the spots. But then when I go to put the tub on, this actually goes up through it as is. The ones on the side, once again, they're thicker, and the bolts are bigger. The bolts kind of push in hard and they stick, so when I go to push that in, that'll work just fine. These ones, the washer is a little bit different and it does not hold the bolt, so that will be a little bit different putting it in, especially those ones on the cross member, because they're going to be hard to get to. But there are 5 locations for the smaller ones, 2 in the cross member, 1 here, 1 there. So basically both sides of this cross member. And then on the rear cross member, 1 on each side. And then around front there's 1 in the dead center. We got 1 dead center for the grill and radiator. And I was just going through my notes today, and I actually had to take the sway bar off to get the grill off. So I'm hoping I can get the grill back on without having to pull this sway bar back off, because that's just one more step I don't want to deal with. But that's where we're at. So I still have to get the driveway cleaned up so I can easily get the tub out here. We've just had so many projects going on. All this excess wood and junk has piled up, and we haven't dealt with it because we got too many projects going on. Thanks for watching, y'all. The Lord bless you and keep you. We'll have more content soon, and hopefully it'll start to look like a Jeep again soon. Take care.